Thank you, Madam Speaker. I declare that I have one source of earnings as the MP for Wells, and I have nothing to declare.
Yeah.
I think the public will be shocked when they find out that MPs declared earnings of £7.4 million for outside work and second jobs last year. 281 MPs of the 650 here declared outside earnings in the Register of Financial Interests. 30 members earned the equivalent of an MP's salary. A dozen earned more than the Prime Minister, which is £142,000 and more. And there were a total of 26,600 hours on non-parliamentary duties. I think this is appalling. There's no other job where you could rock up once you've got it and say, thanks very much for the job, but actually I'm only going to be doing it for 3 days a week. I've got something else on. This is about money and time and priorities, and we absolutely have to move this place from the 19th century to now. Public expectations are completely different, and a number of members across the House have explained that workloads have changed. That reflects that there are so many people who have no voice. Many of us have considerable experience of work and life. I spent 31 years at work before I came here, loads of voluntary work that I've done, and I raised my family. All of that was gained before the election, but I didn't forget it all when I came here. You don't forget everything when you arrive. Being an MP surely is a vocation, and it's a public service. And it's a full-time job. In my first term, I've been here nearly 5 years, I've held over 650 surgeries, and 23,700 of my constituents have requested help and advice. As I said, those are people without a voice, and very often they face the systemic failure of government, be it local or national, and they need somebody to speak out for them. I think what's involved is there's a choice here. People have to make that choice. It's a choice between earning money or public service. I accept that there are some exemptions. People, perhaps, who are drivers who need to undertake a minimum number of hours, or doctors who need to do continuing professional development, because politics is a brutal business, and I understand that you can come to a brutal end at the election time. But the most important thing is that those people do that to the minimum, and that they don't actually get themselves bound up in trying to earn vast slugs of money. My constituents would be, most of them, I'll give away.
I'm grateful to the Honourable Lady for giving way, and as somebody who spent quite a lot of time in a voluntary, well, more or less voluntary capacity as a special constable, I want to ask the Honourable Lady, is it the amount of time people spend out of the job of being an MP that is causing her concern, or the money? Because she can't have it both ways.
Oh, I think I can. You know, I do this job for the money that is paid to me. I think that's perfectly fine. I know loads of my constituents who would think that it's a perfectly decent salary and they dream of earning this amount of money. This is a vocation. If you want to go and earn money, get out and go and do it.
Can I ask her the same question I asked the gentleman opposite and hope for a slightly better answer? Would she ban the firefighters and the policemen in her constituency from having second jobs? Because surely what's good for MPs is good for anybody who works in the public sector.
Yeah. No, I disagree. I will talk about what I know. What I know is about being an MP, and that is exactly what I can talk about. I'm not qualified to talk about the other things. And there are clearly restrictions on various other people. But the thing that we've actually brought into this House today is a discussion about whether one should have paid directorships or whether there should be consultancies. And I disagree entirely with that. I have to say that I think the Labour motion doesn't go far enough, but that's because I think there are all sorts of other forms of employment. There's people who are employees, there are contract people, people who are agency workers, people who are partners, people who are office holders, there are people who are barristers and advocates and police officers and members of the clergy. So there are all sorts of exceptions, I accept that, and we should consider these things carefully. I would be absolutely fine about listening to what it is that might be considered as a way forward. But I have to say, I pledge, I think it's a privilege and an honour to do my job. There is no job description. It may be time that we should actually consider having some sort of discussion about what it is that one expects. But what I should say is that actually I pledge my time to those who elect me and those who do not. And this will be my one and only job. I'm standing for election. I hope people will understand that I'm
I thank her for giving way, and she's making a very interesting argument. I just wondered, if I followed the principle to its logical conclusion, it would lead to the ban on Lib Dem MPs taking jobs as government ministers in coalition or otherwise.
Utterly ludicrous. Utterly ludicrous. I would have gone, as the honourable gentleman probably knows, I was, for 3 years, I was the PPS to the Business Secretary. That is a promotion. That is something within my job. That is something I did within the hours between Monday when I arrived here and a Thursday when I went back to my constituency. As it happens, I don't know how many, my staff worked out that I probably do something in excess of 100 hours a week most weeks, but it is a vocation. I'm not complaining about that. That is the way that it is, and that is the way I choose. But actually, to gain promotion in government is absolutely fine. What I would say is you do not need to keep a job outside of this place in order to enhance your expertise within this place. I think it's completely unreasonable that people should have such vast earnings and should spend such a vast amount of time. And I have to say, you know, that is not the way I see the thing. I recognise I might have a slightly extreme view on this. I don't care. It's what I believe. Thank you.